Hi everyone, today I'm talking about stockings, suspenders and hosiery. Hello you. Sitting there patiently. Ooh, yawning. So, don't know what she'll be up to today while I'm just doing a bit of tidying really. But while I'm tidying and cleaning, I thought just go over a few things that people have sent me messages about since I did my well, mini skirts, but also stockings and suspenders and other hosiery video. Lots of people have really enjoyed it, which is lovely, thank you. But I just wanted to widen discussion, talk about what I found out since then actually, about just a few bits. Let's just do that. My suspender belts, which I thought were they were okay, because I've got a mixture of suspender belts, where I've got the normal 4-prong, where you have the two at the front and two at the back, where I've got a lot of those because they're the general suspender belt that you get. But I've bit there. But that you get with the normal suspender belt, you get the rubber clasps, which are fine, but I found that I like the metal clasp. So for the metal clasp, you usually have to get then a larger amount of prongs or clasps going round. So when I did that video, when I spoke about the stockings, I was wearing a 6-prong, so I had 2, 4 and 6. But with the stockings that I'm trying to find which come up higher, I've realised that I do actually need to get some suspender belts which have got more prongs. But with that, the suspender belts, I need to get an 8-prong, which I will get. But what I found is that with the more prong suspender belt, you actually have a wider belt. So the belts that I've been having, they're usually about so wide, but the 6-prong suspender belt I had is a much wider one, which means that the suspender straps then come down much lower. So, well, I've actually got some suspenders on at the moment. Let me go and show you. Let me go and get some. Hold on. Right, got a mixture for you, so I can show you the difference. Anyway, 6-prong suspender belt. So when you wrap it round, you can see where it fits and how it looks, but you can see the width of the actual belt itself, where the straps are quite short, so everything then stays up. So, but with this, let me come closer. You can see that they have metal clasps. Don't know, hold on. There we are. Metal clasp, still the rubber bits there, but that's metal. So the actual stocking stays in better because of the metal. Where, if I show you a classic suspender belt, which you get from lingerie shops, 4-prong, there we are. Straps are longer, of course, because they've got to come from a higher spot, but let me come close again. They are that bit. Oh, that bit there, it's plastic and they break, and it just doesn't make things very easy. So what I'm looking for is, I found something which I quite like, which is this, which is a waspy suspender belt. It's a bit, comes up higher, but the actual straps, again only 4, I would like to get more, but again they're plastic bits. Looks nice, and it stays firm and tight around me, where some of those suspender belts, they want to pull down. But that's, if they're pulling down, that means that you haven't got the suspender belt as tight as you need it, but also the stockings might be not as big. But what I really would like is, and I'm on a search at the moment, is 6 or 8 prong like that, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Just a bit narrower. I don't like the wide band. It doesn't look right on me for my personal thing. But it just too much material round there. So that's what I'm trying to look for at the moment. What I've got on at the moment, I've got, I'm just trying to think. Got to feel, hold on. 1, 2, 3. I've got an 8 prong on. Found an 8 prong. It's, let me, 1, 2, 3. Oh, one's come undone. Let me just do that one back up. Hopefully that's all right. Oh, there we go. So I've got 8 prong on at the moment, and they're keeping them up. So I think I've possibly found the hosiery that I like. But, oh, it's a bit dusty that side. Let me go back in here. Oh. So, oh. But yeah, the height of a stocking, I've definitely found where I want them to go, because with the normal stockings, with the normal suspender belts, what happens is that you always get them, and you see them on the photographs of the packaging, that they you have the stockings and they come to about there, and then you have the suspender belt which goes down all the way to there. But it does restrict what you actually wear with, because of course a lot of people, generally stockings are worn for evening wear and bedroom wear, so it's one of those pleasure items. But for me, I prefer to wear them as much as possible. Oh, this is really dusty. Oh, not good. I can tell I haven't done this for a while. Oops. So, that's that one. Now, I have found that seam stockings, when putting them on, they're not the easiest things to put on, seam stockings, and also fully fashioned stockings. But seam stockings, because you've got to get the seam correct, let me put that down there. What you have to do, you pull, let me just sit down. What happens is, when you put them on, you've got to keep your finger on the seam as you pull the stocking up with the seam. You've got to pull it up, get it to the right spot. And then once you're there, get your suspender clasp, and then you've got to hoik your suspender clasp at the top of the seam where it is. So then hopefully it will then always stay in the right place. So it's a hoik your leg out, put it on something, and then, oh, try and sort it out. Does work. always handy to have someone to help you. That's what I always say. Now, the one thing I didn't talk about last time, I have a cat who's going a bit skitty. He's fully fashioned. Fully fashioned. Oh, how about that? You're not interested, are you? No, it's just looking at me. Fully fashioned stockings, which, abbreviation FFS. They are the old-fashioned style of stockings, which these aren't, because of course these have got a bit of lycra in them, which gives them their natural figure or leg hugging abilities. With the fully fashioned, they don't have anything in their makeup to keep them nice and taut. So they do look lovely. But they do, you've got to get the right suspender belt to get them to the right level where you want them, because otherwise they will just start to fall down. But they're lovely, lovely to wear, and you get a nice, usually a little detail on the ankle side of thing, not side of thing, on the ankle back where, because fully fashioned are usually always seamed as well, so you then get the line going up, and then usually a design or something at the back at the back of the top of the leg, which is really nice. So, how's this going? Nearly done. Nearly done. What's the last thing? Hold ups. I actually wore a pair of hold-ups yesterday. They were, I must admit, they were an older pair that I'd had. And the one thing with hold-ups is the silicone, which is around them, around the top, which keeps them up. It re-sticks itself when you wash them, but over time they do actually lose their stick. So I had one perfect stocking, or hold up, sorry, one perfect hold up, and that one stayed up lovely all day. My other one, it's quite funny, it stayed to there, but then it fell down a bit, so I was constantly hoiking it up as I was walking around yesterday. And it did actually happen in one of my videos. It's one of my early ones, when I was walking in the park in red shoes. Let me just go and check up what that was called, because I know it was on, I did it on video. Hold on. Ah, yes. I remember. It was a red stilettos walk in a park. There you go. So if you have another look at that video, you'll see that every so often I'm just hoiking or just trying to make sure something stays up. But there you go. Last thing was tights. Been doing, going through all of my tights upstairs, and just having a general tidy up to see what I've got. And I have a lot of tights which I've worn over the years, and then just put them away. But a lot of tights, they come with, put that there, usually come with you have your tights, and then similar to the stockings where you have a welt, they then have a darker patch for the top part of the body, which then hugs nicely, which is the reinforced part of it, which is looks fine when you're wearing a skirt this length or slightly longer, but when you're wearing a shorter skirt, you prefer to wear a pair of tights which don't have any reinforcements, so it goes all the way up, and so you just have the seam, which is just joining the two legs together. However, there is an issue with wearing tights. It's when you have the issue of you get a ladder, and when you get a ladder in a pair of tights, that means the pair of tights is over and done with. You can't use them. But the nice thing is, if you have get a ladder with stockings or hold-ups, it means that you get rid of one, but you've got a spare one, as long as you've got another set, which has got the same enforced bit at the top, so it matches, and it's the same colour. So with tights, it's one of those things where I have put on a pair of tights, and I've put them all on, lovely, stood up, turned around, and I've got a ladder in the back because of wearing a ring or the watch or a piece of jewellery, and that is it happens with other hosiery as well. So especially with fully fashioned stockings, if I'm putting those on, then I usually try and wear gloves or make sure that I haven't got any jewellery on at all, and then I have that smooth feeling or smoothness, so I don't catch them even with bits of nail or skin, so they can go on and I won't catch them, which is really important. So that's that. But yeah, so currently at the moment I am doing some shopping because of looking for suspender belts at the moment. I'm also looking for some shoes, but one pair, I actually, now you'll remember these shoes from, I think it is, let me go and check again, hold on. Oh, I've got to find it. Louboutin Lobby Cleaning, which is a pair of black shoes that I've got with red soles. Those I've been able to find them in different colours. I've got a couple of them, which a lovely fan has purchased those for me, as well as the black ones. But also I've got two other colours. I'm not going to tell you what colours they are, but I've ordered them, so I'm hoping that they'll come for me, so that it's a little early Christmas present possibly to myself. But so yeah, shopping at the moment is definitely suspender belt, got the shoes, looking for some more leggings at the moment, and I've just got to get a couple of pairs of stockings just in a larger size to see if they fit okay, but otherwise I think I'm done. So done a bit of a tidy up, but I've had a good chat with you guys and girls, so I will see you next time, and I'll put my bits and pieces of suspender belts away. Take care.